Let's rock.
Go ahead, bless. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, Shalom, where the Hebrew Israelites here to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, to speak about the upliftment of Yahweh Shai, the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, coming back to deliver the elect of our nation out of this last captivity. So first and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakodash.
The Lord, to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation, much love and respect to brothers out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. All right. Let me start with this. Let me start with what Jeremiah said. Jeremiah was fed up with you Israelites. Okay, and the Most High told him that he was going to basically forget about it. The Most High told him that at the beginning. But Jeremiah, being a compassionate people, and even us when we first came into the truth, we wanted to, like Daniel wanted to teach all of our people. See? But guess what? The Lord showed us, listen, that's not going to work. There's too many sellouts, there's too many people that are fighting with, But that's how Esau was able to get in, infiltrate to begin with, was the sellouts. All right? The Most High is going to do away with them and set up only the righteous. Read that.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 18 and 19. Give heed to me, O Lord, and hearken to the voice of them that contend with me.
Contend meaning what? To fight against me. Okay? Because what are we really we're preaching? Nationalism, okay, of what? Of the nation of Israel, okay? Right? There's nothing wrong with nationalism because everybody is for their people, Go ahead.
Verse 20, shall evil be recompensed for good?
Right.
For they have digged the pit for my soul. Remember that I stood.
They have digged the pit, meaning what? They were trying to set him up, okay? Not only were they speaking against him, right, mocking him, speaking against him, they were actually trying to set him up. And what was he doing? He was giving them the word of the Lord. He was telling them what was getting ready to happen and how they can avoid it. The same thing we're doing. Okay? But guess what? Most of them are not going to get it. Go ahead.
It says, remember that I stood before thee to speak good for them and to turn away thy wrath from them.
Right. The same thing that Moses did. Moses would constantly pray to the Lord to say, don't destroy them. Please, Lord, have mercy on them for my sake. Right? There was even a time where the Most High said, listen, I'm going to kill all of them, and I'm just going to leave you, and I'm going to raise up the stones. Israelites, which he could have did that, but Moses said, no, please don't do that. All right? But how much times did they try to kill Moses? How much times did they try to rise up against Moses? There was even a time Moses killed an Egyptian to save one of his brothers, and they said, are you going to kill me like that Egyptian? So they were ready to snitch on him. Okay? So that's what the sellouts, man. Okay? Guess what? Martin Luther King, that's a sellout. Okay? All the leaders that you had for the past, let's say 50 years, they were all sellouts. 60, 70 years, they were all sellouts. They're all working for the elites. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 21.
What the hell was he telling you? Stand there and be spit on? You know what I'm saying? What kind of shit is that? And then he tried to set you up to integrate. And what happened? You lost all your businesses. You used to own taxi stands, you used to own bus stations. Now Esau, your enemy, owns them. You used to be able to teach your own children. Now the enemy's indoctrinating them with LGBT. Okay? The Edomite supremacy. That's basically what you're being taught since back then. So Martin Luther King was a sellout. One of the most famous sellouts. That's why they push him down the authority.
With a Rothschild.
See that picture? I don't know. That doesn't look like Jacob Rothschild. I'm gonna have to look that up. I know the brothers be saying that. It doesn't look, but it's an elite. It's somebody high up. It's somebody high up. But to me, it doesn't look like Jacob Rothschild. Okay, but it's somebody high up.
They said some of his speeches they wasn't written by him. It was by so-called Amalekites, so-called small hands. Verse 21. Yep. Therefore, deliver up their children to the famine, and pour out their blood by the force of the sword, and let their wives be bereaved of their children, and be widows, and let their men be put to death.
So, I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to, you don't want to say certain words. You know what I mean? That's why I said small. Right. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Verse 21. Therefore, deliver up their children to the famine, and pour out their blood by the force of the sword, and let their wives.
So Jeremiah got to the point he was advocating for them. Now he got to a point that said, kill them and their children. That's what he said. Let's do what you got to do to them and your children. All right? You see, because he's a man at the end of the day.
Yes.
See, he's not on the level. He's not on the level of the Yahweh Shai. Because Yahushua was so pure and perfect. He said, listen, let not this sin fall, forgive them for they know not what they do. But we're not, the Lord understands, we're not on the level of Yahushua, and even sometimes that's not warranted. Okay? First of all, let me say this. Yahushua said that for the elect. He didn't say that for the 2/3. He said, I pray for them, I pray not for the world. He didn't say that for the 2/3. What he said that was for the elect, and the elect was amongst the crowd. Okay? You need a bunch of followers. They didn't know what they were doing. Most of them, most likely, I would say the elect never met Yahushua. They were just in the crowd, following after a multitude.
Just as that time with Paul, when he consented to the murder of
right.
Forget his name. Stephen.
Right.
Yeah, so he was just there.
Right.
But you see what the latter end of Paul.
Right.
You find out this too. Because even in the book of Acts, when Peter would like preach about Yahushua, he would say that this is I preach Yahushua whom you have crucified, on a tree. And so many words. And then many of the Israelites, they repented. They felt sorrowful for what they did, probably because they were in the crowd following, the vibration of them seeing, Yahushua put on the cross, man. So what? They repented of them being there, man. Showing that, hey, certain people could be forgiven, for certain things.
Because there were certain of them after Yahushua was crucified, they said, oh, surely this is the Son of the Most High.
Yeah.
Right? So they repented from that.
This is Acts 2:37. Now when they heard this, they were pricked in the heart and said unto Peter and to the rest of the apostles, Men and brethren, what shall we do? Then Peter said unto them, Repent and be baptized every one of you in the name of Yahushua Mashiach for the remission of sins.
Right.
Ye shall receive the gift of the Holy Spirit.
Right. But you see, what's the first step of repentance? You have to acknowledge you were wrong.
Yes.
If you don't acknowledge you were wrong, then no one's gonna. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve forgiveness. You
Right.
see that? The first step is to acknowledge you were wrong. Go ahead.
Right, so back to Jeremiah 18 and verse 21. It says, Therefore deliver up their children to the famine, and pour out their blood by the force of the sword, and let their wives be bereaved of their children, and be widows, and let their young men be put to death,
right.
let their young men be slain by the sword in battle.
So this is what Jeremiah. This is the prayer. Really, this was a curse that Jeremiah put up on the 2/3 of our people, on the Israelites. Why? Because they were kept coming up against him and the doctrine that he was preaching, which was the doctrine of the Heavenly Father. Okay. It's the same thing with us. The majority are not going to accept this. The majority, they're against this truth. You see? Because this is outer world. This is not of this world. This truth comes from the heaven, directly from the throne of the Most High. Okay? See that? So the ones that are not with the truth, they're going to have to die together. Okay? Give me that. Those that the sword. Okay, go ahead and get it.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 15, and verse 1. Then said the Lord unto me, Though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight, and let them go
See,
forth.
Moses and Samuel, they were trying to put up protect Israel for the Most High. Okay? By speaking, being a lawyer for them. Okay, nah, they didn't mean it, this and that, or just have mercy on them, whatever. But the Most High said, listen, even though they're trying to stand before me, it wasn't warranted for the ones that are not of the elect. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, Whither shall we go forth?
Yep.
Then thou shalt tell them, Thus saith the Lord, Such as are for death, to death, and such as are for the sword, to the sword, and such as are for the famine, to the famine, and such as are for the captivity, to the captivity. And I will appoint over.
Right, so whoever is going to die is going to die. In other words, the Lord's not protecting them.
That's right.
He's going to let the enemy loose on them. And that's going to happen again. So we're in that time where that's getting ready to happen again on a higher level than it's ever been before. Okay? The Lord is going to allow the enemy to overtake the 2/3. Give me Jeremiah 30, 76 from Jeremiah.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, and verse 5. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Asking now and see whether a man does travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail?
That's based upon the fear that they're going to feel in the times to come.
Go ahead. And all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. but he shall be saved out of
We
it.
shall be saved out of it. Meaning the elect is going to be saved out of it. Let's get Daniel 12. Okay?
This is Daniel 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
Everyone that shall be what?
Found written in the
Then
book.
we got in Revelations, the book that was open. Okay? Because there's only a certain amount of Israelites that are written in that book. Okay? See? Starting with the 144,000. Okay? That's why we're out here on the highways and the byways, because we believe that we're of the 144,000.
That's right.
Okay? More willing. You see that? See, the prophets are going to be out on the highways and the byways, and they're going to get the greatest reward. See, there's certain helps and certain people that are friends of the prophets, and certain that helped out the ministry or whatever. They're going to get blessed and delivered. Okay, but then there's other ones that's just going to be destroyed, right? You see that? There's other ones that are not doing either of those things. They're just going to be destroyed straight up. Go ahead.
This is Revelation 20 and verse 12. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Yahweh. And the books were opened, and another book was opened, which is the book of life.
Now, the book of life, whoever's written in that book is of the elect. They're going to receive that eternal life first. You see it? Go ahead.
And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death.
So that's it. That's dealing with the nuclear destruction. But the whole point is that the book of life was open. There's only certain people that were, certain amount of people that were written in it. Go ahead.
Verse 15, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire.
So those are the ones that are not going to be delivered. So when it says, all of your people shall be delivered, it's speaking about the elect. Okay? All that should be found written in the book of life. Okay? And the ones that are written in the book of life, they're going to be supporting ministry, they're going to believe in the truth, they're going to believe in Yahweh Shai.
That's good. So that's good.
All right? The rest of them, they're going to believe in whatever false doctrine they want to believe in, or whatever false idols and philosophy they want to believe. Okay? And they're not going to make it. Okay? They're not going to make it at all. Right.
Malachi 3 and 16. Then they that fear the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard it. And the book of remembrance was written before him for them that fear the Lord, and thought upon his name.
Right, so there's a book of remembrance. There's going to be books written in it. That's not the book of life. There's going to be books written in the kingdom about the elect. Okay? About the prophet's name. That's going to be written, new books. So we have the Bible now, we have the Old and New Testament, right? So on and so forth. Guess what? There's going to be a new books written about the acts that were happening in this time. Okay? Go ahead.
And they shall be mine, said the Lord of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels. I will spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth him.
Right, because guess what? There's a time when he's going to be putting out a lot of fierce anger in the earth, which will come into that time, and there's only going to be a certain people that's going to be protected. And that's going to be those that he wants, that he spares in that time. Go ahead, read that again. And there's another scripture. There's another scripture called what you would call it, where he says, "In thy fierce anger, have mercy on me." Oh yeah. Give me that. Give me that. Go ahead, read.
And they, Malachi 3 and 17, and they shall be mine, said the Lord of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels, and I will spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth him. Then shall ye return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth the Most High and him that serveth him not.
Right, but you're going to see, because how you going to be able to discern it easily in that time is who's catching the help, who's being protected. It's going to be easy to see who the Most High is and who he's not. That's why the scriptures speak about they're going to grab the spirit of him that is a Jew and say, "I have heard the Most High is with me." You see, it's going to be clear. It's going to be evident real soon. See, now they can play games and because of this and that and whatever, nitpick this and that. My shirt's a little crooked. In that time, they're going to see who the Most High is really dealing with. And the false prophets are not going to be able to hide.
2nd Ezra 16 and 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire.
Because all that hell is going to hit everyone. Scripture say the world shall be tried. Give me that. The world shall be tried. Okay? Bring that out. The whole earth is going to be tried. All these people. And they don't even know it's coming. See, we know it's coming.
That's right.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
What's temptation mean? It's a test. Okay? Go ahead.
Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
That's right. It's going to try all the world. Everyone that's in the earth. And that word for world is in the Greek is oikomen. That means the whole entire planet Earth. It's going to be tried. Edomites, Moabites, because they're going to have to go through that same fire. But they're not going to make it out. See? They're not going to make it, whether they're destroyed spiritually by the time the nuclear missiles hit, or whether they're destroyed physically or they're destroyed spiritually and brought into captivity.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be broken down. By the end of it all, they're going to, one way or another, they're going to be destroyed.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Coming into captivity, that's not no salvation.
Exactly. Yeah.
Say something like
No, because you said it. They say that all the nations. No nation is going to be saved. Not because you're going to be like walking. You're going to be dead spiritually.
You're going to be broken down. Go ahead, Bob.
Psalms 91 and 7. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right side, at thy right hand. But it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold, and see the reward of the wicked.
It's going to be like a movie to the elect. The elect is going to be moving, and we're going to be able to see everything happening, right? But we're not going to be affected by it. See, I already had a vision about that, man. I already know, listen, man, the Most High, for one of y'all by it doesn't even matter where these brothers have had the vision too, because they're reading the scriptures and they understand the scriptures. You can picture it, man. You know what's getting ready to happen, man. And all that waving these people are doing, they're going to be eating their own arms off.
That's right.
And then they're going to remember they're in front of the camera waving. All right?
That's right.
See, because we're coming to serious times.
That's right. That's right.
See, people take all these people take everything for a joke because folly is set in great dignity, man. Woo! Go ahead, bro.
Yep. Because thou hast made the Lord.
In fact, you got this whole what's her name? I said, whatever. Her name doesn't even matter. Yes, ice cream so good. She's winning awards.
Awards.
And saying
She won an award.
She's she won an award. What would you call it? She's making history. Oh, you putting Montreal on the map. This is what you want to be remembered for. So I tell you, boy, these people, the best thing for them is to go back to the school. Right.
Select here.
Go.
Psalms 91 and 9.
She actually won an award.
That's crazy.
Go ahead.
Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
Neither shall what?
Neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
There's going to be a lot of plagues coming on this earth. The Most High is going to let loose a lot of plagues. Give me Isaiah 33 and 6. Okay? There's going to be a lot of plagues, and the Most High is going to protect his elect from that.
It's Isaiah 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
The fear of the Lord is what?
Is his treasure.
Is his treasure. But read up again.
God.
Why is it our treasure? Because at that time it's going to be so valuable to know Yahweh. See?
Isaiah 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time.
It's going to keep us stable in the mind. The Lord is going to keep us stable in the mind based upon His truth. So can you just imagine everyone is going crazy or losing their mind, screaming, running this way and that way, and whatever, and you're just walking normally, like if it's a day like today, and it's a sunny day, just walking normally, and they're just gonna be looking at you. They might stop what they're doing and look at like, but this guy, why does he look like he knows where he's going? Why does he look like he has food stashed somewhere? You see what I'm saying? That's what it's gonna be. All right, and then they're gonna come and try to talk to us. And we're gonna tell them to kick rocks. We're gonna tell them to get the hell away from get away from you. Okay? 'Cause that's not gonna be the time to break down the.
And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
It's Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 25. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken.
That's why the Lord is building us up in the spirit on a higher level. Okay? Because what? He's gonna build it to the point where nothing is gonna shake you in any way. You understand what I'm saying? So you got these fake, fake alpha males on the internet now, alpha this, alpha that. And that time they're gonna be scared as a little girl. I'm telling you right now, man. What the Lord is about to unleash in this earth, man. These people have never even seen in movies what He's about to unleash. Okay?
That's right.
Those lockdowns are coming back, man.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's gonna get to a point where it's gonna be on a way higher level. Where to walk outside is risking your life. I'm talking about the first world country. It's actually going to be better to be in a third world country than these places.
Like that movie, Songbirds.
Yeah, right.
That thing, man, they're ready to shoot me. They're not asking questions.
Yep. That's right. Okay, so like you were reading before, right?
This is the book of Amos, chapter 2 and 16. And he that is courageous among the mighty shall flee away naked in that day, says the Lord.
He that is courageous, MMA fighters, they might be fighting all his life and not scared nothing. Mike Tyson, all them guys you think are these top warriors, they're gonna be scared, fearful in that.
Mike Tyson.
They're gonna be scared. They're gonna be scared, man. Very, very scared. Okay? And see, all of these guys, the only ones that's gonna have the look of sanity is the men of the Lord.
That's right.
And that's going to draw certain people to you. It's going to draw all kind of people to you. So what do you know? Where can we go? Where can we go? All the women, they go, can I come with you?
Where can we go?
Look at her. You don't fit the bill, man. All right? We're coming to that time, man.
Go ahead. Let me add real quick. It's like the book of Eli. Like Eli, which was Denzel was playing that character in the movie. He was walking as if like nothing's, bothering him. And the girl, she saw that he was stable in the mind, man. If I'm not mistaken, Eli means the Most High is with us. So that lets you know she's going to be with us in those times to keep us stable, man. And these other people, they're going to see that, man.
I think it's
Isaiah 13 and 11. I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity.
Eli is probably just Allah. Eli might just be Allah because there's Elijah. He is, whatever, not important. We'll look that up another time. Go ahead.
Isaiah 13 and 11. I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity.
No, you got Elijah. Allah and Elijah is Allah, and then Yah is Yah. Jah is Yah. So Elijah is Elijah. So Allah would be what? Allah, most likely.
Just as when Yahushua was on the cross, and they thought he was calling Elijah, but he was saying my power.
Exactly, which is Allah. Okay?
Go ahead. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold.
I will make a man what?
More precious than fine
That's
gold.
what the elect is going to be, more precious than fine gold. Okay? They're going to see an elect man, and they're going to see someone that knows like he knows where he's going, and they're going to want that direction. They're going to want direction. The scripture says shall be able to give that, they're crying for wine, and they're going to want direction and answers to that. And these so-called false alpha males, they're going to be exposed. All right? And because the true men on the earth are the elect, are the ones that believe the Yahweh. Everyone else is just playing, is just trying to act like it. Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah.
Hold on, that's it on that?
Even a man than the golden wedges of a fear.
Right. It's the book of Isaiah 24 and verse 11. There's a crying for wine in the streets.
Wine is what? Philosophy, doctrine, meaning the truth. They're going to want answers, man. So tell me what's going on. Why is it? This is crazy. Why do you know this? Where the food is? Where's the food? Why can't we access food? Why people, you know? Can't we just all get it wrong? Right? And they're not going to get any answers, man.
Go ahead. It says, there is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone.
And they're going to remember those crazy Hebrew Israelites. Remember these guys, they speak about times like this. You know, they're going to be looking at any Jake with a beard, man. You know him being Bowie? You know Maui? Maui? Now, like, what are you talking about? You got food? You see what I'm saying? And then if they happen to be blessed enough to cross our paths, you're gonna tell them to take a hike, man. We're gonna tell them what the king told that woman. If the Most High did not help him, how am I supposed to help him? The barn house or what? Or the wine press?
That's right.
Right, I don't know. You want me to go to McDonald's? You want me to go to IGA? Huh? Maybe you want me to go to a local bakery and get you some cookies. I can't help you, man. You're gonna walk off, man, and go eat our secret stash of organic cookies.
That's right.
Yeah, like, and you're telling her that while you're eating too.
He's cool. He's a good person.
I met the fruit.
This is the book of 2 Kings 6 and 26. And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, Help, my lord, O king. And he said, If the Lord do not help thee, when shall I help thee? Out of the barn flour or out of the wine press?
Right, how can I help you? Right? Like, how is he gonna, you want me to go to the wine press? There ain't no wine in the wine press. You want me to go to the barn? There ain't no food or wheat or anything in the barn. Right? Just like there's gonna be a lack of food everywhere in this city, everywhere in this country, everywhere in America, everywhere. Why? Because they're bringing in a worldwide siege.
That's right.
So they ain't gonna be able to access the things like they used to, right? You know, they have to bring in absolute chaos before they bring in their so-called order.
That's right.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 5, and
You
verse...
see, you got these little so-called choosers online, which they're full of SHIT too. They don't have the full truth. They don't know what's really going on. They just know a piece of what's happening. And we've been talking about this for many years before they even got hit. Starting with our apostles and elders. Good.
Ezekiel 5
Let's
and
say us, I'm speaking about these Jerusalem.
right? The book of Ezekiel 5 and 16. When I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine.
See, that's gonna be that's gonna be a serious blow. You're gonna see a lot of people's character change when that famine comes. Right?
Which shall be for their destruction.
Let me the love of Brittany.
And which shall send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread.
See, these people, they can't imagine this place having a famine. They can't imagine this place not having to be able to have 3 meals a day, even if they had the money. But they're going to see it, and it's going to come real quick. Okay? Go ahead.
Matthew 24:12.
You got what I asked for? Okay, that's the one. Okay, bring it out.
Matthew 24 verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound,
And we know iniquity is abounding more than it's ever abounded in the history of mankind. Right now. Go ahead.
and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
And it's going to get to a point where the hearts of many, the love of many is going to wax cold. These people that may say hi, good morning, they're going to be looking to kill their neighbor. Okay? For what? To get food, resources, so on and so forth. That's the time we're coming to. Right.
This is 2 Ezra 6, verse 24. And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies.
Now what?
Shall fight one against another like enemies.
Right, so you got people and that's the beauty of the brotherhood. See, we're not going to be fighting over no cluster of grapes. We're going to be going split out those grapes. Crazy out by shooting out shots and send more people. All right? Okay. But to multiply. But see, them, they're going to be killing one another for bread. Okay? That's why you can't trust the people of the world, because they don't have the integrity of the elect. Their integrity is conditioned. Some of them don't even have it under the best conditions. Most of them don't even have it under the best conditions.
And at that time shall friend.
Just as you said, as it says in the precept, it says, by this shall they know that you are the disciples of Yahweh Shai, by the love that you have for one another. So just as you said, we're basing our way of life based off the law, statutes, and commandments, right? So as it says, you know, to love your neighbor as yourself, right? You know, so that's our code. You know, that's how we're gonna move. You know, so compared to the world where they're moving like it's a relationship of interest. You know, so how can you help?
Mais si j'ai un autre phone, je vais regarder mes bibles. Ça va quand je vais venir ici. Ouais, c'est ça. Mais toi, tu vas pas en avoir un autre? Oui, mais si tu m'as donné un, tu vas en avoir ici. Oh, ok.
I mean, so there's two. That's what alliances are going to be made in time to take a struggle. Like among these people of the world, you know, they're going to make alliances and see, so what can you bring to the table to help us, you know, to bring in more food. And, you know, it's going to be men, basically like the stronger men. They're going to like dominate in that society. Huh? You know, men that know like, you know, martial arts or whatever, the big with guns. They're going to, you know, round up together and basically, you know, make gangs amongst each other. Huh?
Hells Angels.
Yeah, and they're going to betray each other. You know, as the opportunity shows itself, they're going to betray each other. Right? You know, if somebody wants to go this way and then you decide to go that way, hey, bro, right then and there, man, hey, he's going to take the top position.
Well, as they say, there's no honor amongst thieves. That's it. So at the end of the day, and all these people, when it gets down to that point of food, they all turn into that. They all turn into that. None of them have that. Listen, the only ones that have that full integrity is the elect. We're the only ones that are moving with that mindset. Now, the word integrity means whole. Okay? Whole meaning what? You're complete. Meaning you say something, and you're not. Nothing could get you away from that. You completely do what you say or believe in what you believe in.
Your words, Paul referred the other disciples as, or believers as yoke fellows. You know, we're born with the house.
But dealing with integrity is whole. You can't be persuaded, not partially judging. Right? Partial meaning is a little bit this, a little bit that. No. What you are is what you are. Right? Like even my mother knows that like certain things she couldn't, no matter what she said, she's like, I wasn't even going to bring it to you because I already know, yo, it's not acceptable. Yeah. Why? Because she knows how I am in my mentality.
Yeah.
See, if I was partial, I'll try to bring it to her. But she knows that how I am is I'm firm on what I believe.
Right. This is 2 Ezra 2:47. So we answered and said,
and that's the definition of integrity. If you can sell out for money, there's no way you have it. I don't care if it's $10 billion. You don't have integrity. You were faking the whole time.
Right. It says, this is the book of 2 Ezra 2:47. It says, so he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly.
They stood stiffly,
for the name of the Lord.
For the name of the Lord, Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Okay? And the name of the Lord is not Jesus. That's a made up name. The Lord wasn't born and said, oh, his name is Jesus. That's made up. Okay, that's not even Hebrew. That's really not even Greek. Okay?
Right. This is Psalm chapter 25 and 20. Oh, keep my soul and deliver me. Let me not be ashamed, for I put my trust in thee. Let integrity and uprightness preserve me, for I wait on thee.
And Yahweh Shai, he knows your integrity. Right? He knows your integrity. See what I'm saying? He knows the hearts of men. See? You can fool man, but you can't fool the Most High. You got something?
Colossians 2:6. As ye have therefore received Hamashach Yahweh Shai the Lord, so walk ye in him, rooted and builded up in him, and established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving.
Right. That's it. Rooted meaning what? Meaning you're firmly grounded. Nothing could uproot you. So you got certain people that get uprooted in the truth because they didn't have enough roots. They made a seed. They made seeds being planted. They didn't have enough roots. They didn't fully believe in this truth.
2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 2, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, nor be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that day of Yahushua is at hand.
That's it. Because your mind, if you're thinking of this and it could be this and that, then you already lost the battle.
Okay, so it's like a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Right. Nobody is unstable in all his ways. See, my mindset, I can't see. Like really, I can't even see the most like you did out the truth. I can't even see like not believing something. I can't even picture them. You understand what I'm saying? Like it doesn't even make like I can't even see a scenario. Like you understand what I'm saying? But you gotta say pray that y'all watching y'all shot don't put no spirits like that. Go ahead.
Matthew 13 and 18 to the point. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When one heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which received the seed by the wayside. But he that receiveth the seed unto a stony place, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it, yet had not root in himself.
That's not root, right? So you might have came in the truth, you might be in there for a little bit, but you're not rooted in it. Ultimately, because you're not be elected, and your faith is not 100%. Go ahead.
But during for a while, for when tribulation or persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended. He also that receiveth the seed among thorns is he that heareth the word, and the cares of the world, the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful.
That's it. So at the end of the day, it's about being rooted in it. That's why the Lord said, if you do this day.
Matthew 7 and verse 24, therefore whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock.
If he does it, right? Because that's the thing. That's why I always say that the Lord is going to really build you up and you start doing the work. That's when you really start doing the work. Before that, you're at a plateau. You only go to a certain level. But when you start to do the work, that's when the Lord will start to build you. You know, to a higher level. Other than that, you're going to stay on the flat, that low level of faith. It's your spiritual strength. Okay? Read that again.
And therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock.
Right, it was founded upon a rock. So that's the ones that what? That did the work. That didn't just sit, just be a sideline, a bench warmer. You know, they were actually out there in the field. That's right.
And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand.
Right. And then guess what? If you're at home, I'm at help. Okay, if you're at help, then what have you been doing to help? Or I gave a donation once. If you're gonna be a help, you better be a real help, man. That, I'm not trying to play that game. You understand what I'm saying? If you're gonna be a help, you better be diligent with that help. Either in your office. Because you don't, guess what? That's easy to be a help because we all know battling the elements.
Scriptures talk about being lukewarm. You know? So if you're temporarily helping or you're temporarily doing something, you're not really permanent.
You think you can just live off it? You could just be delivered off of that one donation. Oh, I gave that donation. Remember that? You know, he's always remembering that donation covers. Oh, I remember I gave $200. No, it's walking. No, bro, that's not going to deliver.
Real quick, man. So this, it's like with doing the work, like with the lessons, with the teachings. You know, it's your most recent work that counts.
Right.
So if you give a donation years back or months back, it doesn't count, man. You know, when the Lord comes, and then you know, you're not gonna be there and say, Lord, I did this in your name, man.
Fine so doing.
Yeah, fine so doing. Fine so doing the work, man. You know, it's the newest fruit that counts, man.
So this has that really goes to the Spirit being in you. The to be a help, to give donations, to be there for the brotherhood. You know, just as we as prophets, we do our lessons, we try to do our the daily exhorting. You know, so let's say you don't do a video for 2 months. You know that the spirit is not on you, man. You know that means you're slacking off, man. That means you're going up. You know, so the same way for the help. You know, if your last action that you did for the ministry was years ago, man, that doesn't count, man. That's expired.
That's
you know?
expired.
Yeah.
You did it 5 months ago. It's expired.
Yeah.
Speaks about that parable, why cumber it?
No, yeah.
You did it, bro. Go ahead.
This is Matthew 21, and verse 18. Now in the morning, as he returned into the city, he hungered, and he saw a fig tree in the way. He came to it, and found nothing thereon, but leaves only, and said unto it, Let no fruit grow on thee henceforward forever. And presently the fig tree withered away.
That was good coming up. But I said, the fruit is dealing with what? You know what you're doing, your works. You know? So if you're not producing any fruit, the Lord is going to spew you out of his mouth. So he cast you out. Go ahead. And put a curse on it. That's why do you think the apostle was always on people that make a lot of money? Remember that. That's why my mindset was always, if I come in, I'm coming with straight forever. You understand? Right.
And when the disciples saw it, they marveled, saying, How soon is the fig tree withered away?
The book of Luke, chapter 13, and verse 6. He spake also this parable. A certain man had a fig tree planted in his vineyard, and he came and sought fruit thereon, and found none. Then said he unto the dresser of his vineyard, Behold, these 3 years I come seeking fruit on this fig tree, and I find none. Cut it down. Why cumbereth it the ground?
All that time, and the fig tree still didn't have no fruit. You see, and there have to be those 3 years. Oh, well, I only haven't did it for a year. Listen, man. You do it for 2 months, it's expired, man. Okay, the spirit's not on you. How can you go 2 months without doing a letter? Or coming out? The spirit is not on you. The fear of the Lord is not on you. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to tell you. You know? What were you doing? What were you trying to do at that time? What are you thinking about? Women? What were you thinking about in that time? See?
And he answering said unto him, Lord, let it alone this year also, till I shall dig about it and dung it. And if it bear fruit, well. And if not, then after that thou shalt cut it down.
Right, so the Lord might give you a chance. He might give you a chance to get it right. Maybe he may give you a chance to get it right. But you better go hard. You better go hard and that door opens. And how you know if the door is open to it? The Holy Spirit is on it.
This is 1 Peter 4, verse 11 in the NLT. It says, Do you have the gift of speaking? Then speak as though Yahweh Bashim Yahushua himself were speaking through you. Do you have the gift of helping others? Do it with all the strength and energy that the Most High supplies. Then everything you do.
These guys ain't, most of 99% of y'all that are on the common board are probably not helpers. Alright? Go ahead.
It says, then
which means you should be teaching. Go ahead.
It says, then everything you do will bring glory to Yahweh through Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, all glory and power to him forever and ever. Amen.
Right. Because Joseph of Arimathea, that was a help. You know, he put his money where his mouth was. See, that wasn't no light thing when you did. That was very, you know how much the receptacles cost? You know? Very expensive. Go ahead. It could be equivalent to like $100,000 or tens of thousands of dollars.
Good. Book of James, chapter 2 and 7.
And it doesn't mention what he was doing in the truth. It doesn't mention the actual truth. Because he's not a prophet.
Book of James 2 and 17. Even so faith, if it had not works, is dead, being alone. Yet a man may say, Thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works.
I will show you my faith by my works. That's the work. That's the works of the Lord. Right? That's how you see who has the faith and who doesn't. Just like how they're going to see who the Lord is dealing with and who's not when all hell breaks loose. They'll say, okay, the Lord has to be dealing with you. Right? Okay. Of course, Mark.
2 Corinthians 9 and 7. Every man according as he purposed in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly, or of necessity, for the Most High loveth a cheerful giver.
That's it. Alright, so we're just going to get off of that charity thing, but the whole point is that you gotta help. Well, really, and it should be in your spirit. The brother said, you mentioned that, right? It should be in your spirit. You're just trying to make yourself a help.
Yeah, as it says, make your calling and election sure. So even if your calling is to be a helper, make your election sure. You know, so get diligence. Yeah, so diligence that goes into the effort.
And we're not telling you got a car and you have to work. I'm gonna sell my car and give it to the process. We're not telling you to do that. Give according to your strength. Yeah.
The book of James 2:24. This is then.
But guess what? That goes for you women too. If you don't have a husband, you have a husband, you serve him as best as you can. Okay? But if you don't, what are you doing for the ministry? Scriptures speak about feeding and so on and so forth. And their daughter or whatever, giving what? Giving all the helping on the ministry. And he said it. Matter of fact, get that.
James 2:24. This is then how that by works man is justified and not by faith only.
Right, so that goes for you too. Just like it goes for us. It's not just us that got this work. Everyone has to.
Right? Likewise, also was not like building of the temple, but it's working. This is James 2:25.
The men need to eat. What do the women do? There's at home sitting down on it. If you give them a kiss and the man's hungry, no, you should be doing something. Making garments. See, you got your role too.
James 2:25. Likewise, also was not Rahab the harlot justified by works, when she had received the messengers and had sent them out another way? For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also.
That was an example with a woman. Okay? You got it? Read it on out.
This is Romans 16 and verse 1. It says, I commend unto you Phoebe, her sister, which is a servant of the church which is at Cenchrea, that ye receive her in the Lord as becometh saints, and that ye assist her in whatsoever business she hath need of you, for she hath been a securer of many and of myself also.
Right. So if you got a sister that's that we know is helps out the ministry, and if she falls on hard time, we gonna help her out. We're gonna help her. We're gonna get some money. We're gonna help her. Okay, she needs let's say she's in a city and she needs someone to help her. We gonna help. Get together and gonna help her. Okay. See what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. You have to give too. You have to do work, put in work too. What did it say about it? Read about what it said about it.
Can I read it in the LSB? This is Romans 16 and verse 2. It says, welcome her in the Lord as one who is worthy of honor among the Most High's people. Help her in whatever she needs, for she has been helpful to many, and especially to me.
Alright? Your honor don't mean that you give it the same respect as a man. I mean, you give it respect amongst women.
The truth is here.
Honor amongst women. You know? Jacob used that and take that to the highest degree. You know? Jump over Sable. Shut down, you know? See, you better bow down. Sister, come on, man. That's how you know them jakes, the medieval jakes and kissing the hand and all that. Those are sick. Jake was always this. What else you got?
Matthew 19 and 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is Yahweh. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. So to enter into life, you have to keep the commandments going into the word. You know, it's not just because you're a prophet that you have to do the work. Everyone has to do the work. Right?
Go, bro.
So it says here, he said unto him, which? Yahweh I said, thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness. Honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. The young man said unto him, all these things have I kept from my youth up. What like I yet? Yahweh said unto him, if thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, then shalt thou have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had great possessions. Then said Yahweh unto his disciples, verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of the Most High, the kingdom of heaven.
That's it. And it's not the fact that if you got money and all that, you got to give it all away. It's the fact that was he willing to do that because of your past? Was he willing to do that to your house? Which he wasn't. See? But guess what? Those that are the elect were all willing to do it. Okay?
It says Matthew 25, verse 34. It says, then shall the king sing unto them on his right hand, come ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was a hungered, and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in. Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee a hungered, and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, and clothed thee? Or when saw thee sick, or in prison, and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
Right, so that's it. So all those things that I mentioned, that's helping out your brother. That's looking out for your brother.
Matthew 10 and 40, verse 40, and he that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. And he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward.
That's it. Okay? So you're going to get a reward too, right? You receive the prophecy, you know, help out the prophecy, so on and so forth, right? But everyone is not, has that lot.
A reward, not meaning like the same level. Okay.
Not going to be same. Not of the 144,000. The electric, not of the 144,000. There's levels, you know?
It's level.
Matter of fact, if you had the 144,000 in Revelation 7,
Revelation 7. Revelation 7 and verse 1. And after these I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea.
right. So meaning what? That's before the destruction. There's going to be a destruction of America. America's going to be destroyed by nuclear fire. Okay? So before that happens, the angels got to do something. Something has to happen first. Right?
Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power.
So the elect has to be sealed first before that destruction comes in. We're most likely, we're definitely at that time, that's for sure, right? So once that happens, guess what? If that already happened, this is why things are moving the way they're moving. Okay? Right? We already know we're at that time. In our lifetime, these things are going to happen. Right?
Till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000.
Matter of fact, according to the statistics, right now you got millions of so-called black people that identify as Israelites. Okay, and now we have a lot of so-called Latinos and Native Americans starting to come along as well. But it starts with Judah. That's why I had to start with the kingdom. Okay, the Protestant said that. Right? So it's very well likely that those 144,000 are sealed, of course. Okay? Read that. Read Ezekiel 9 and 4.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9 and verse 4. It says, and the Lord said unto him, go to the midst of the city, to the midst of Jerusalem.
Now, Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. This is dealing with the people. It's not dealing with the place, Jerusalem specifically. Right?
And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
And that word for mark in the Hebrew is kawah. Yeah, go ahead, Pastor. That word for mark in the Hebrew is kawah. It's not the same as Revelations 13. That mark is a physical mark in Revelation 13. This is a spiritual mark. Okay? For those that are going to be exempt from judgment. Right?
Verse 5, it says, unto the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him to the city.
So the others that don't have the mark, that have not been signed and crying against the society, go ahead.
And smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little
So
children.
the angels is going to put them to death. Okay? Every one of them that don't have that exemption, so he doesn't have the exemption, or he's going to be hit by a car, or he's eaten to death, or by a wild, by wolves or whatever, by people.
That's right, that's right.
See that?
Second Esdras 2 and I start at 43.
Oh, hold on, sorry, there's a little more.
It says, and slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark. And they began at my sanctuary.
Come not near any man who has that mark of exemption. Right?
And they began at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
That's it. Right? So it's going to start with you Israelites. Read that.
Second Esdras 2 and 43. I start at 43. And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their head he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Now are they crowned and receive palms.
That's it, all right? So those that stood so simply, right? Confess the name of Yahweh Yahushua. Okay, those are the ones that are going to have that exemption, and then eventually they're going to receive those crowns.
That's right, that's right.
Starting with 144,000.
Revelation 7 and 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
That's it. So it's not no evil on part of that 144,000. 144,000 is the government body. Okay? That's going to be the government in the kingdom. Okay? In different places. There's going to be no Edomite, no Ishmaelite. It's only going to be Israelites. Okay?
That's right, that's right, that's right.
Second Ezra 2, verse 27. Be not worried when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh. Others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
Right, because what? You're going to have that mark of exemption. Right? That mark of exemption, which is going to allow the angels to see, nah, he's one of us. Okay? Because the angels are our brothers.
First Peter 4:17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?
Right, so if the judgment begins to those that know that they're Israelites, what's going to happen? Because even the IUIC and these other clans, they keep the commandments to a certain degree. They got beards or whatever, they keep something. You know, the other people that are not in the truth, that don't know anything about the truth,
That's right.
they don't do anything. See? But guess what? It's going to start with them. Right?
And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Right, that's it. Okay, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Well, how are they going to be living? They're going to be completely wiped out. You understand what I'm saying? What you got, buddy?
This is Psalms 34, verse 7. It says, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him.
That's right.
And delivereth them.
That's right.
This is Revelation 14:1. And I looked, and lo, the lambs stood on the Mount Zion, and with them 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads.
Right? Guess what? They have the name now. What's the proof on that? Malachi 4:2. Malachi 4:2. They have the name before the Lord comes back. You're not going to get it. You already have the true name. Read on now.
Malachi 4:2. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise.
He's coming to who? Those that fear his name. So, hold on. So how you going to learn after he comes if he's coming to them? Go ahead.
With healing in his wings, and ye shall go forth and shall grow up as calves of the stall.
Yeah, he's coming with that full healing, that spiritual healing, that physical healing, completely the full healing.
And even it says, in Acts, it says you have to call upon the name to be saved. There's no other name.
You can pass by this way, man. Hey, you can pass by this way, man. Yeah.
So there's no other name under heaven that you have to call for that salvation.
Right.
So how can you call for salvation if you don't have the name?
Exactly.
Right. Jump in.
That name is not Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay?
Jump in. Psalm 91:14. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath know my name.
Because what?
He had know my name.
So what is IUIC talking about? You have to know that name. Read that again, brother.
Con. Psalm 91:14. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath know my name.
Delivered. So you have to, in order to get delivered, you have to know the name. See? Right?
He shall call upon me, and I will answer him.
Right. How are you going to call upon him when you never got it?
That's right.
Right?
I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him.
Right. So, hey, whoever's following these false camps are going to be led to destruction, man.
That's right.
They're going to be led to destruction, and they're going to be wondering what happened. Those are the ones that are going to be to the Lord, 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 have I not prophesied in your name, done miracles, or whatever the case may be. Right. And the demons might have gave them an appearance that they did.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Right. Isaiah 65 and verse 11. But ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that truth, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number.
Right. Who's that truth? That's Esau Edom. Right? This is speaking to the sellouts. Right? The Lord is going to do away with it. Right?
Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not.
And then listen to the prophets. The prophets been telling you. Give me Proverbs 1 and 20. Let's do my right?
Therefore thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servants shall eat.
So in that time of famine, guys, I'm telling you, famine is coming to this place, man. Right. It's going to be a lack of food. It's going to be hard to get food in this place. Right. I'm talking about here, Montreal, Canada, America, first world countries, so to speak.
That's right.
Okay? It's going to be chaos, it's going to be civil wars, all kinds of things is going to pop up.
That's right.
These people are going to be hungry, they're going to be scared. All right? Dead bodies all over the streets. That's what's coming to this place. The only ones that's going to be delivered is those that hearken unto the prophets, man. Go ahead.
Therefore thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servants shall eat.
His what?
My servants shall eat.
And who is his servants? The ones that are doing his will. Go ahead.
But ye shall be hungry.
Right.
Behold, my servants shall drink. But ye shall be thirsty.
Right.
Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
See, we're going to rejoice in that time. See, when everyone's crying and scared, we're going to rejoice in that time. All right, go up the street, you freaking weirdo. Go up the street, right? Read.
It says, behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart.
Go back to Mount Seir. Go back to Mount Seir. Go ahead.
And shall howl for vexation of spirit.
And shall howl for what?
For vexation of spirit.
Right? So those people that, you know, they think it's a game, they're going to be crying in that. Okay? So we're not worried about it. Just give them a thumbs up and they're going to see. Right? As a matter of fact, give me that. Then they shall know a prophet has been among them. Woo! And get me that. Those who laugh now shall mourn and weep.
That's right.
And we can't wait. That's coming. It's on its way. All right? When the lockdowns come again, oh, but you know, I got a job. I'm going to see you. You're going to see, man. You're not going to see, yo. This guy's a bum. All right? Go ahead.
Ezekiel 33 and verse 32. And lo, there are unto them as a very lovely song.
What's a lovely song? That's entertainment. Right?
Of one that can play well, of one that hath a pleasant voice, and can play well on an instrument.
Right?
But they hear thy words, but they do them not.
They hear thy words and what?
And they do them not.
And they do them not. Right? Okay? This is speaking to our people. Right?
And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come.
That's right.
Then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them.
So all these things we're saying are going to come to pass. And then they're going to know a prophet has been among them. That's right. You see what I'm saying? And that's when they're going to be, that's when they're going to want to, they're going to be, oh my God, I remember they said this. But it's going to be too late for them. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
This is Luke 6 and verse.
Which Edomites don't have a chance of salvation. You know that. Go ahead.
This is Luke.
So they better just want to go and serve sick. Go ahead.
Luke 6.
Just ignore this one. Ignore this one. The monkey. Go ahead.
Luke.
You ain't saint. You ain't so nice and saint. Go ahead, read.
This is Luke. This is Luke 6 and verse 25. It says, woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep.
That's what's coming to these devils, man. All right? So now we're going to switch gears. Now we're going to go on Esau. See? Now we're going to go on you and your people in your future. Let's get Obadiah, man. See, now, we don't want to get, I was even talking about Esau the whole day. I didn't bring up Edomites. I didn't bring up Edomites the whole day, man. Oh my gosh. Look what you did. You messed it up for all of them. Give me Genesis 25. Let's start from the beginning. Right. Let me Genesis 25, bro. Go get all the Edomite scriptures. Go ahead, man.
This is Genesis 25. And verse 23, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Now this is the beginning of the nation of Israel, which are you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are Israelites from your respective tribes. That's why the Native Americans, Latinos, and the Negroes, they had what? They were wearing fringes on their garments. This goes back to a biblical custom. Okay, so these are the Israelites. We're reading about the beginning of our nation, starting with our forefather, which is Jacob. Okay? Now, this is also the beginning of the so-called white people. Hey, buddy, come back. This is the beginning of the so-called white people. Let me read the beginning. No, let me read your beginning. I'm going to read this. Go ahead.
It says, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy
2
bowels.
manner of people. So you had us, and then we had you. Okay? Go ahead. Read.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other.
So one is stronger than the other. We're stronger than you. Okay? Go ahead.
And the elder shall
Well, you
serve.
can see that in the sports, right? Tu connais avec les sports et tout ça. Nous, on est plus fort, oui? Go ahead.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
The elder, who is the elder? We're going to find out. You were the elder. Esau, your forefather. Okay? Ton papa. Go ahead.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Right?
And the first came out red.
The first came out red. Quelle couleur est monsieur ici? What color is this guy? He's not white. He's red. Where you going? He's red. Where you going? To Timaula. Why are you running? Coward. Go ahead, man. Read again, man.
And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment.
Right, because these so-called white people, they're not white, they're red. That's right. All right? That's why, because the Lord did that. That was a curse that was put upon them. They basically have a mild leprosy. They have a form of leprosy, but it's not as severe as someone who has albino. That's all it is. That's why they go in the sun, they get burnt up, whatever. I've been in the sun for 30 plus years, right? 30 years, 31, my 31 years, I ain't never got burnt in the sun. Not once. Not one time I got burnt or sunburned in the beach or anywhere. So that is a curse. It's not a blessing, it's a curse. Right? All right? And what happens when they get burnt? They turn more red.
Yep.
See, I didn't want to get on the Edomites. Everyone should curse him out. Right, right.
And the first,
I wasn't even thinking about the Edomites. Now I gotta go in right. Go ahead, man.
And the
And
first,
then as soon as it came out, this guy had to walk up the street.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
Right.
And they called his name Esau.
And the word Esau means wasted away. It's in the Hebrew as Shashwa, which means wasted away. What was wasted away in him? Or what was destroyed? His pigmentation. Okay? Because everyone at that time was brown skin. From dark brown to a medium brown. Okay?
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel,
Uh-huh.
and his name was called Jacob.
And his name was called, that was us, that was our forefather, Jacob. Why didn't it mention the color of Jacob? Jacob came out brown like everyone else. Okay? The Edomites, that was the beginning of that was the first recorded so-called white person in history, the Esau. Okay? And he's not white, there's no such thing as white. He was red, he's red. They're red. Why? Because the blood shows forth through their translucent skin. It's actually simple. It's very simple. It's not hard to understand. Go ahead. Now let's get Obadiah, because this guy want to play games. We're going to go into it. Go ahead.
This is Obadiah 1, in verse 1. It says, the vision of Obadiah. Thus said the Lord power concerning Edom.
Concerning who?
Concerning Edom.
The Edomites. Which Esau, what we're reading about, is the forefather of the Edomites. The progenitor of the Edomites, which are still here all around right now today, that are really ruling the world.
Right. It says, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
I shall make thee small among the heathen. Go ahead.
Thou art greatly despised.
People are starting to look down on these so-called white people now. All right, these other nations, South Africa, they're taking their farms, man. Okay, because they're tired of you, man. Okay, they're cursing you out left and right. Right? The Arabs don't like you. All right? Why? Because of all the wickedness and treachery you've done around the world, man. The chickens, as they say, the chickens that come home to roost or whatever. All right? We're at that time now. They're being despised by these other nations.
Right. Nahum 3 and 5. Behold, I am against thee, said the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face.
What's that speaking about? You being exposed, man. And more of your history is going to be unfolded, and what you're doing behind closed doors is going to be exposed. Your elites, everything is going to be exposed about this.
Right. And I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
Everyone is going to be able to see your true colors, man. I don't know if you know about the book. I don't know if you guys know about the book, The Delectable Negro, when they used to eat so-called black people after they lynched them. These people are savages, man. They don't tell you that in the fucking mysteries, man. Okay? The savagery that they were doing, man. Feeding babies to alligators, man. That wasn't no 500 years ago. That was, listen, man. You got people that are old enough to have lived through that time. And it doesn't matter if it was 1,000 years ago. The Lord's still going to pay you back for it. Right. How you think this is, man? The Most High is a power of justice, man.
That's right.
And your fake-ass justice system ain't going to do nothing. This is not true justice in this world. You have enough money, you can buy your way out of judgment. If you have the complexion for the protection. Go ahead.
Nahum 3 and 6, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee.
Woo! What's that? That's being what? That's you being demonized because you are a demon. You're not being demonized because you're not a demon. You're being demonized because you are a demon.
The truth.
Go ahead.
And make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock.
Right. Okay. Let's get that. Bring that up. Bring it on out.
This is Ezekiel.
Get over 1 to 10.
Ezekiel 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Did you not shed our blood, the Israelites, man? So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans? Huh? Read that again, brother.
It says,
And the Lord has this, he already knew what you devils was about to do, man. So the judgment was written beforehand. Don't you understand that? The scriptures say that declaring the end from the beginning. Go ahead, man.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword.
Right, the sword represents any weapon, the gun, all right? You still got them killing Jakes. Well, hold on, we just had a shooting in Florida. Some Edomite supremacists, you just killed 3 so-called black people, right? Which that's been the history of America. People are acting so surprised. That's been the history of America from the beginning. It ain't never changed. These devils are the same people, man. And then you tell them about it, they say, oh, well. Guess what? You're going to be judged for it, man. That's right. Go ahead.
It says, in the time of their calamity.
Just as you mentioned, the concept, just as you said about the concept of the prophecies, how the counsel of the Lord shall stand, and he declares the end for the beginning. That's right. Even Yahweh said, "What? Don't mourn for me, don't weep for me, but weep for your own self."
Woo!
You know, because he was seeing years beyond. You know, knowing that what was about to happen to our people, even to this day. You know,
Right.
It says, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power.
As who lived? As the Most High lived. Then he living forever. Go ahead.
I will prepare thee unto
He's
blood,
going to prepare you Edomites unto blood. Go ahead.
and blood shall pursue thee.
Uh-huh.
Since thou hast not hated blood.
Since what?
Since thou hast not hated
Since
blood.
you love blood so much, since you shed so much blood in this earth. Nobody, no nation has shed not even a 1% as much as these devils. Okay? Not even 1%. Go ahead.
Even blood shall pursue thee.
The Lord's gonna pay you back for that.
That's right.
You're gonna have to pay back every last penny of that. Right?
Thus will I make Mount Seir
Mount Seir represents the home of the Edomites, the so-called white people. Right?
most desolate,
Most desolate. Right?
and cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth.
Right, that's it. So in other words, that represents America, because America is the head city of the Edomites today. This is cool. We're speaking about it. Sometimes it's mentioned as Masra, sometimes it's mentioned as Assyria. Okay, that's really speaking of America. That's the head city of these Edomites today. That's going to be wiped off the map in nuclear fire in World War III. Okay? Go ahead.
The book of Amos 1 and 11. Thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4
3 transgressions of who?
of Edom,
So we're speaking about the Edomites again. All right? For their transgressions, go ahead.
and for 4
For their transgressions, go ahead.
I will not turn away the punishment
And he's
thereof.
not going to turn. He's not going to acquit you. The scripture says, "He shall not acquit the wicked."
Yeah.
That's all we need. Go ahead.
Because he did pursue his brother with the
Did
sword,
he not pursue us with the sword? Did he not kill us? Did he not lynch us? Did he not put us to death and make postcards about it? Right? He used to kill certain black people on the slave ships, right? And actually eat them, serve them up for dinner, man. So this devil guy has a lot to pay for. What did he do to the Native Americans, man? He said that they were so kind, but he said that he would not stop killing women, children, he doesn't care. So guess what? He has to get paid back for that, man. And he's not getting paid back as an individual. They're getting paid back as a nation, a whole family of people. Because they all benefit from it, didn't they? Right. Go ahead.
Just as it says, the land is defiled because of the blood, and the blood of him that shedded the blood has to be spilled as well.
That's right. Numbers 35 and 33. Go ahead.
it says, because he did pursue his brother with the sword,
Because what? He did what? Now,
did-
who's his brother? Didn't we just read how Jacob and Esau were brothers? Go ahead.
because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity.
They didn't have no pity. What is pity? Mercy. They didn't have no mercy. Tell me that there should be no mercy to them. They didn't have no mercy, man. Okay? Go ahead.
And his anger did tear perpetually.
And you gotta ask yourself, what are they angry about? What did you do to them?
Yeah.
We didn't bring them in slave ship. We didn't destroy their families and destroy their cities and businesses. Huh? You gotta ask, what were these people mad about? It's in their spirit to be mad at these people. Okay? Go ahead.
And his anger did tear perpetually. perpetually,
Yep.
and he kept his wrath forever.
They never stopped their hatred. They never stopped their anger. Right? So the Lord got something special for you Edomites, man. He has something special coming to you, man. See, now we're in the time where you could walk down the street, you know, drink a latte, but we're coming to the time where this society is going to crash completely.
That's right.
And once it crashes, the Lord is going to come back in the midst of World War III. That's all part of the prophecy. He's going to gather the elect, and then we're going to come down and put these Edomites and these other nations in slavery. Slavery's coming back. Like, I'm talking about chattel slavery. It's still here, but it's coming back on a high level. But it's coming to those that did it to us.
Right. It says, but I will set the fire upon Teman, which shall
Now,
devour.
Teman is another city of the Edomites. See, this is all code talk we're talking. Give me Joel, the 3rd chapter, please. This is all code. You got to break down the code, baby. That's why we're here, to break it down to you. Because if you read the Bible, it's gonna sound like another language to you. Because it's written in a puzzle form.
Right. But I will send the fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Basra.
Well, that's America. Okay? That's America. It's going to be completely wiped out by nuclear fire. That's all throughout the prophecy. Right?
Joel 3:3.
Listen, we've been talking about World War III before there was any signs of World War III. Now they're talking about it. And we told you Russia was going to be the one to do it. Along with and we said that they were going to get their allies too. We said they were going to get Ethiopia. And now who's joining BRICS? Ethiopia, Libya. We said they're going to get Libya. That's in Ezekiel 38.
That's right.
All these prophecies are going to come to pass, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Joel 3:3. And they have cast lots for my people.
Who's his people? What's a lot? That's selling them. Selling his people. We are his people. Okay? Go ahead.
And I've given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink.
Did they not do that? Tell me that's not in the transatlantic slave history. Tell me that's not in the history, man. Go ahead.
Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyrians, Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine?
That's those heathen, the Hamites, the so-called Arabs, so-called natural Africans, which we're not Africans. Right? Okay, we're Israelites. Right? Okay, the natural Africans are Hamites. Why do I say natural? Because we migrated into that land after 70 AD. And we primarily rested on the west coast of Africa. That's where they got the slaves from. Because they knew who they were getting. They knew the difference between a Hamite and an Israelite. Right.
That's in the Sonderman too. It tells you.
Yep.
You know, Ham, the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negro.
Not the Negro. Right. Like those so-called Nigerians, those so-called Ghanaians, those are Israelites. Those are our people that are still in those lands. Go ahead.
And all the coasts of Palestine, will you render me a
Are
recompense?
you going to pay the Most High back for what you did? Go ahead.
And if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head.
There's nothing you can pay back the Most High for what you've done. There's nothing you can give back. Go ahead.
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold,
Uh-huh.
and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
Right.
The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem.
Let me bring it in layman terms for you. So-called black people, so-called Negroes, which are Hebrew Israelites, from the southern kingdom, the kingdom of Judah. Go ahead.
Have ye sold?
Have you what?
Have ye sold?
Have you sold unto who?
Unto the Grecians.
Who are the Grecians? The Greeks, which are who? The so-called white people. It's just a code. It's a code word for white people. So let's read it again and break it down in today's scripture. Go ahead.
The children also of Judah and the children of
So
Jerusalem.
the black people have you, and the so-called black people. Go ahead.
And the children of Jerusalem
Uh-huh.
have ye sold unto the Grecians.
Have you sold unto the so-called white people? Go ahead. And they think that because someone did that they're exonerated from their crimes. No. You still gotta pay. That's right. You can't kidnap somebody and torture them and say, well, he gave that person to me. Does it work like that? Or is he gonna get exonerated? Go ahead.
It says here that ye might remove them far from their border.
How did they remove us? Through the boats. That's how they removed us far. Through the boats. We didn't go by land, we went by boat. Get Deuteronomy 28 and 68, man. The prophecies do not lie. You see, time is on our side. See, I sleep like a baby at night. I sleep like a baby, man. The only thing missing is to put my thumb in my mouth. Alright? Because I already know what's coming, man. See, they're trying to be in denial. They got cognitive dissonance.
That's right.
We're showing you the truth. You can lie your way. You can lie to yourself all you want. If there is a Most High and He is just, you know you're getting judged.
That's right.
As a whole nation. Right.
Now, Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68.
No, hold on, brother, hold on. There's a little bit more in that. Let's read that first, then we're going to go to Deuteronomy 28 and 68. We go ahead.
Verse 7, behold, I will raise them out of the place whither you have sold them,
Right?
and will return your recompense upon your own head.
Meaning what? Payback. Revenge is coming back. That's all it means. But it's going to come through Yahweh Shai, through our Lord. He's coming to take you down. When you read about the second coming of Jesus, it ain't no white guy coming back out of the clouds with long hair. Okay? It's a so-called black man with white woolly hair, and he's coming back very angry for what was done to him 2,000 years ago and what was done to his people in more recent years. See, we're trying to tell you what's getting ready to happen, man.
Right.
We're trying to help you. Go ahead.
It says, and I will sell your sons and your daughters.
That's why I said you guys are going into slavery. Because he said he's what? He's going to sell what?
I will sell your sons and your daughters.
That's the payback, baby.
That's right.
The payback is not getting a check. All right? Some of you Negroes is looking for a check. Some of you Jakes is looking for a check. That's not the payback. The payback is the same thing that was done is to be done.
That's right.
Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. We're going to read that again first and then get that, please.
This is the book of Joel
Right.
3 and verse 8. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far
We're going
off.
to sell you to the real Hamites. Well, the Hamites will have fun. We're going to sell them to the Philistines. Right? What's that builder's name there for Solomon? Byron. You go get you go get him back. Sell some of you to him. And them nations, they're not perfect like us, so they don't balance. Man. You might wait. Chop down, we got to rebuke him. You gotta punish him, you know? You can't do no categories.
Yeah,
It's a lot. The blood's like this. A lot.
you know, the have like they like this. Yo,
No, they can cut him off. They can do what they want. They can cut him off if they want, but I'm saying don't start trying to eat people. That's when you start to lie. Anyways, there's more on that? Okay.
It says, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off.
No, he's cutting him. He's like, yeah, that is easy. No, nah. You know, we gotta intervene. Go ahead.
For the Lord has spoken it.
Go ahead, bro.
Galatians chapter 6 and 7. Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
That's right. Whatsoever a man sow, that shall he also reap. So if you sow wickedness, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get judgment. All right? So I don't care what you Edomites think, man. And the only reason that spirit was ignited, because you had your Edomite buddy come see. That's how the Edomites said. They don't stick around for their own friends. They just leave them. And then he walked up. He didn't wait at the bus. I thought he said he waited at the bus. But he didn't wait for the bus.
Colossians 3 and 25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. And there is no respect of person.
There's no respect of person. Judgment is going to happen.
129.
Okay. Because you Edomites, what do you think is going to happen to you? Give me that. Give me Jeremiah 49. The cup shall pass forward to me. But
Isaiah 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel.
He's going to have mercy on our people, the Israelites. Go ahead.
And set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them.
Yep.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
They're going to have them as slaves. That's their payback. That's the justice that's coming to them. Go ahead.
And they shall take them captives whose captive they were.
So who we were captive under, that's who we're going to take captive.
That's
The
right.
Bible is very clear, man. It's not even, this scripture is not even complicated.
Right.
That's the judgment. It's not no damn reparations. And really a lot of you jakes looking for social justice. Things that are not even tangible, just stupid. It's in your head, you know? Oh, just don't say nothing racist. Well, they're thinking racist. They say it behind closed doors. When they say it on TV, they're not here. This is your enemy. What are you going to, you know? You're behind enemy lines. Get use of that. What's that going to do? At least we look at some tangible things, some land or something. Go ahead.
And they shall take them captive, whose captive they were. And they shall rule over their oppressors.
That's what's going to happen. We're going to rule over our oppressors, which starts with the Edomites. All right? It's not going to be no, a few Edomites that help the cause, they're going to be free. No. There's no Edomites that help the cause, man. Okay? All them well, there's some Edomites that were trying to fight with Jake, but that doesn't stop you from getting the judgment. You're still an Edomite, and you did nothing but wickedness all your life. I don't care what little things and acts that you did. That's it. Go ahead, bro. Get the last one. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 49 in verse 12. It says, "For thus said the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken.
That's right.
And now thou ye that shalt altogether go unpunished, thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink
Thou
of it."
shalt surely drink. You're going to surely drink. Okay? You Edomites. You're going to surely drink. Okay? Got something about it?
Yeah, Revelation 13 and 10.
Hold on. You had something else? You not know.
This is Lamentations 4 and verse 21. It says, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
That's right.
Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked."
And you Edomites are starting to feel the curses now. You Edomites crying on the video. Oh, what am I going to do? All right? But we're coming to the point where when you're in the kingdom, man, I don't even know, man, how Scripture says double, but you can't even quantify that. Only the Most High can quantify what double is. The terror. Go ahead.
Verse
And
20.
the Most High is going to have to give us balance. Leave it up to us. You know, who knows? Go ahead. We would probably get rid of Esau early, man. Go ahead.
Verse 22. It says, "The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins."
Discover your sins. Okay? And you'll be exposed. And I can't wait till Esau is more and more exposed. Okay? That's the way.
Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Right.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
That's it. All right? So that's called payback. That's called justice. Not what Esau's trying to paint to you, man. Even in this particular game that I was playing recently that I like, or flipping on Detroit. You know what I'm saying? It's hard, bro. It's like you make your own movie. And basically the androids are like, they're like humans. I mean, they're like Jake. You know, pressed and all this different stuff. They're slavery and all that. And then you have to choose the path that you're going to take. You know, whether it's going to be peaceful. And they keep trying to nudge you towards the peace. They're trying to make it, you know. But if you play it right, they're like, F that. But if you play, I'm going all the way rebellion. But Esau's always trying to put that on. You think you should do that? Because they want to keep you in that docile mindset. Good.
Exodus 21 and 16. "And he that stealeth a man, or selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, shall surely be put to death."
That's right. We're found in Edomite's hands. We're found in your hands. That's why we got passports and things like that. Social security.
Isaiah 14 verse 21. "Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities."
That's it. So we're going to do away with Esau after a period of time. Okay?
That's right.
That's it on that, right? That's it. Go ahead.
"For I will rise them against, I will rise up against them, said the Lord of hosts, and cut them off Babylon."
Right. the name and remain of the son of iniquity. That's right. Thank you, Lord.
Jeremiah 30 and 16. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity.
Right.
And they that
all of our adversaries, every one of them are going to go into captivity. Meaning
That's
our
right.
enemies. Read Psalms 83. Okay? Gives you the list of the nations, which is really every nation. But there's some that are at the top, which are starting with the Edomites. Okay? So the so-called white people today. Go ahead.
And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil.
They spoiled you as a nation. Look at the condition of you, Jason. Okay? Go ahead. Worldwide. Go ahead.
And all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
And they've been preying upon you. So they're going to be given to a as a prey for the Most High. The scriptures speak about how Judah's going to be as Israel's going to be as a lion in the midst of the sheep. Good. Right? The sheep represents the nation. Right? So even before this place goes down completely, right? The Lord is going to have to rise up and get the upper hand on Esau to a certain degree. Not the elites enough, but these regular elites.
Right. Verse 24, the fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until he hath done it, and until he hath performed the intents of his heart.
Right.
In the latter days ye shall consider it.
You shall consider it. They will come to that time we're going to see all those things that we've been saying come to pass.
Psalms 137 and verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem.
Edom, right? Who are the Edomites? So-called white people. We've been showing you that. There's no such thing as white people. No such thing as black. There's Edomites, there's Israelites. We're just identifying who's who. But we all have a biblical nationality. We all have a nation that was assigned to us by the Most High. These made up terms is for the purpose of confusion. Read it again.
Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom,
Right, the Edomites, but
in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
that means to destroy them. Right? Destroy their city, their foundation. They were further. They were like the most zealous. You know, the Babylonians were there like taking out the Edomites, putting their hips in it. Ripping off the, you know what I'm saying? Throwing the fire. And even the Babylonians like, yo, chill out, man. But that's that hatred, man. Go ahead, man.
O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed.
Who what?
Who art to be
So when
destroyed.
we say the Edomites are going to be done away with, the Most High said the Edomites are going to be done away with. He said they ought to be destroyed. Meaning they should be destroyed, which they are going to be destroyed. Right.
Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served
We're
us.
going to reward you as you have served us. Meaning what you did to us, we're going to do to you. It's that simple. Right?
Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone.
That's dealing with babies. Because that's what they did. Okay? So, hey, listen, man, the Lord is going to make everything that they did come back upon them double. That's right. You see that? Right? Listen on that? With that, we're going to close up. We're going to give all praises, glory, and honor.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruchakodash.
It belongs to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to Rocky out there pushing this word out with truth and sincerity. Shabbat,
Shabbat,
Yahweh,
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 Shabbat,
Shabbat,
Yahweh,
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 Yahweh, Yahweh, Shabbat,
Shake these motherfuckers up. Hey, shalom to the brother Machaza, if he's still there. That was on the comment board.
He's in Cuba. He's in Cuba right now.
He's in Cuba now.